YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Ray. I am the original ordinary guy. Back again, another video, another day out here in CLT, humid as hell. Headed to the gym, headed to the east side for this good back day, man. Stop watching adult entertainment to become more magnetic. Everybody wants to talk about being more magnetic to people, being more magnetic to success, whether it's money, validate, some type of validation, some type of success in business and things of that nature. And of course, adult entertainment is not the end all be all when you stop it. Of course, you have to do other things, but it's taking up a lot of time, taking up a lot of money, taking up a lot of energy, taking up a lot of sexual energy at the same time, fellas. And people want to become more magnetic. They want to draw things into them. Well, you got to get rid of those porn. I like to call them porn eyes. You got to get rid of those porn eyes. You got to get rid of them. That droopy look, that zombie look. It's almost like people that are vibrating very highly, they can tell. They can sniff it out, bro. It's not hard to tell when somebody's been captivated or compromised through their sexual energy, when they've been compromised through their lower nature. And specifically, what porn does is makes you a weak man, makes you a docile man. It makes you a hermit. It makes you a simp. It makes you a lesser than person. And I know a lot of guys can be like, what about the women? We're not talking about the women. The women follow us, correct? Okay. Women understand that men are going to buy this stuff. Men are going to look at this stuff. Men are going to indulge in this stuff. So, and that's their pocketbook. That's their money. This is a huge industry. And the women, they might say, oh, you need to stop. At the same time, majority of them is looking at you like a cash cow, brother. They're looking at you like, oh, yeah, there's my money. Why would I ever stop what I'm doing or tell somebody to stop supporting me when you're my cash cow? You're paying my bills. I'm putting on the act for you to get you off so you can indulge in me more and more, so you can spend more and more. That's just how it is. So I'm not talking about the women. I aim for the fellas, the leaders, the conquerors. That's who I aim for. So yes, watching that, indulging in that, which we all have. I don't care what nobody says, whether you did it in passing or whether you indulged in it deeply, like a lot of men have, or a lot of men are still doing. A lot more men will do. With the new AI coming out, it's only going to get worse. This subject, this what I'm talking about, this is why a lot of men are finding it hard to look people in the eyes. Weak handshakes, social anxiety. I had a guy tell me he couldn't even go to the public gym. I already know what's up, man. I can already tell his life. I didn't want to say it to him, but I already could tell what was going on. Plus other things. Wonder why women treat him like garbage can juice. Why they treat him like trash, pretty much. So if you want to become more magnetic, just quit watching it. And I'm not saying go cold turkey. I didn't go cold turkey. You know what I mean? Because in my eyes, porn was the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you're like, good, bad? Yes, that's what it was for me. Good because, I ain't gonna lie to you, majority of the moves, like I'm not talking about the regular moves, majority of those freaky deaky, awkward moves, I learned from the sites. Not gonna lie to you. I might have made one up my damn self, but majority of them learned from the sites. Definitely watching the sites, definitely I was taking notes, okay? And the bad part about it is that it wasn't even addiction. It led me, since I was almost studying it, I was almost relying on it to help me out. It became like my playbook, which was bad. I was like, oh, snap, I got to keep going back and back to get a little bit more versatile, and I can't make up stuff on my own. I can't be creative by my damn self. It was bad because it made me a sex addict. It did. I used to fiend for the cheeks. Fiend. I'm talking about itching, scratching. I needed it. And the ugly was, of course, I looked at women as a piece of meat. That was the ugly part about it. And I was willing to simp. I was willing to manipulate. I was willing to castrate myself. I was willing to be a effeminate man. I was willing to be just a lesser than man, like the ones that watch it now or indulge in it now. I was willing to be that in order to just be by the woman. That was the ugly part. Just complete emasculation. Just complete self-emasculation. The women didn't even have to egg it on. I was doing it for them. It's ridiculous. And of course, that's long gone, but that's why I'm talking about it now, because it is long gone. But if you want to become more magnetic, just stop watching it. Don't indulge in it. Sexual discipline makes you the man of the decade, man of the year, you or him. There is nobody stronger than you when you can display sexual discipline, when you can control yourself, when you can, even lead by example in controlling yourself, because other men will see you too. I say now it's worse than ever, because you can pick up this right here and go crazy. When I was growing up, we didn't really have these, or these weren't too advanced. You had to get on the site. You had to get on the you had to type it in. You had to, you know what I'm saying, do the computer, the big fat computer with the big back in the back. There were no flat screen computers until later. Even then, you still had to get on, because the phones weren't that advanced. Until they got advanced, now it's on your phone. You used to have to call up the females. Wasn't no OnlyFans. Wasn't no OF. You used to have to call up, what's that, Backpage? Blackpage? I think it's Backpage or something like that. Yeah, you used to have to do that. When stupid, right? And we didn't know, being young, we didn't know what it was, how bad it was, how messed up it can make us. I don't think I realized how messed up it can make me until I turned like 27, 26. So about 7 years ago, it could get bad. It could really put you in a deep hole. And the bad thing about it is that it was cool if you're fighting one or the other, but imagine fighting both, a sex addiction and a pornography addiction. Imagine if you're fighting both, or imagine if you're relying on the other one to keep it going. So you're relying on the porn to keep your sex addiction going, or you're relying on your sex addiction to keep your porn addiction going. Boom, 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 like tennis. They rely on each other. Ridiculous. Treacherous times. And a lot of guys now, they don't want to talk to women. I completely understand why. We're going to talk about that later on. I was going to do that video today, but we're going to talk about the gender war later on. I understand why a lot of men don't want to talk to women, or attempt to talk to women or approach women or things. I get it. I understand. I'm not with it 100%, but I do understand why it's going on. I don't get it twisted. Your boy understands. The social anxiety, I guarantee if you stop messing with yourself, your social anxiety will go away. You'll be able to look people in their eyes. You'll be able to give a firm handshake. I can't count how many men's hands I done shook that are limp. Limp-wristed ass people out here. Gen Z is cooked. I'll tell you that now. I say that because of this. What I'm talking about now is let me back up a little bit. When I talk about masculinity, when I talk about self-discipline, sexual discipline, when I talk about getting in the gym, everything I ever talked about on this damn camera, on this channel, is, guess what? It's for a small amount of men. It's not for majority of men, because majority of men will not see themselves in that mirror and be like, you know what? I could do exactly what that guy's talking about. So when I say Gen Z is cooked, I don't mean you specifically if you're Gen Z. If I say millennials or early millennials or late millennials or cooked, I don't specifically mean you. I mean the majority of your generation, the majority of your class. That's just how it is. You are surrounded by weak men. Majority of men, you are surrounded by a weak man. So that's what I mean when I talk about these topics. I'm talking to a small percentage of men. Let's not get it twisted here. But for that large percentage of men, they're weaklings and you cannot trust them. Those addictions have overcome them. That's why a lot of men are okay with being in the house 24/7, covered up by covers, closed doors, locked doors. Long as their phone is hooked up to a charger and on 100%, and they got their sites, whether they pay for them or they They ripped them off somewhere, or they're free, whatever the case may be. As long as they got their sites or their little AI girlfriends, they're okay. They're okay. They're fine. They're chilling. It's nice out here. Look at this beautiful. I know y'all can see the sun reflecting off the camera. Look at this beautiful sun. You don't want to get out here and enjoy this? Hell no, they don't. They don't want to come out here and get no vitamin D. They want to watch another man give a woman some D. That's their thing. That's their spill. That's how they get off. And I go on and on about NoFap. I go on and on about NoFap. That's that's self-explanatory. That's non-negotiable. You know what I'm saying? You think I could get up in this gym and go crazy like I do if I don't have any power? They won't tell you that, though. They won't tell you that you're losing power. They just keep telling, oh, it's normal. It's pretty normal. Freaking hermits. Freaking hermits. Losers. That's what they are. America is encouraging you to be, the West in general is encouraging men to be losers, to be weak. And they captured a lot of men. Social media, it's so deep. I don't even want to say porn addiction. It's so deep. Instagram. There was a guy at work just the other day. Crazy how this happens. He's telling me about these women on Instagram, and of course, I rarely follow women on Instagram, you know, and I follow things that are needed, that are needed in my life. So he's showing me all these women. Of course, they're half naked, and he's telling me all the things he'll do to them. Okay, fellas, I see you out there. He's telling me all the things he'll do to them, and all this. I'm like, bruh, you got to get out here with real women, man. Those women don't like you. You got to get out here with real women. Okay? A lot of you guys are cutting yourself short. I'm looking at guys, like when I get on the internet, when I'm talking to guys in real life, I'm looking at guys that didn't even try. I could completely understand if a guy has tried, right? I mean, I gave it my all, but that's not what I'm looking at, fellas. I promise you. 9 times out of 10, the guys I come across to talk about porn, they talk about, oh, the women on Instagram. I look at them, they didn't try, bro. They didn't. I promise you. And that's the thing that makes me mad the most. You didn't even give it a chance before you just say, you know what, I quit. Because I can get on here, I can get right here, go like this, boom, 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 and boom, look at this, look. Boom, I'm on the internet right there. It don't take nothing. Twitter is crazy. Twitter is only a click away. The sites are only a click away. And God said, okay, that works for me. I ain't gotta talk to no women. I ain't gotta get rejected by no women. I ain't gotta learn how to talk to people. Cool. I ain't gotta go out in public. Cool. Hermits. I'm gonna keep saying it. And in Japan or in Asia, they got another thing going on. It's Miko, something like that. I'll find it and I'll probably make a video about it. But it's crazy. It's insane. These guys haven't seen the light of day unless they go into work. And then when they go to work, they put like bags over their heads. They look crazy. Pimples, bad diets, out of shape. You fit the description. Incellers, you fit the description. But if you want things to come to you more magnetically, of course there's other things you can do, not just quit watching the sites. But man, if this isn't one of the biggest, I say top 3. Out of all, like if you got a list of 20 things you need to do to be magnetic, shoot, stop watching the sites is probably number 3. I swear to you. If you start watching the sites, watch everything fall in place for you, man. You're gonna be like, okay, now your eyes getting clearer. You're not up at all nights. Oh, damn. Page 151? Damn. Page 151? God, you might well keep going. You might well keep it going, my boy. And then you look at the clock. Well, I got 1 more hour till it's time to wake up and go to work. Or go to school. Or go to church. Or go work out. You're cooked. This is real life, man. And you're watching this video in May. If you're watching this video in 2025, from this day on to whenever you're watching this video, it's going to get worse. There is nothing that's going to save this technological world we're about to indulge in. It's about to get a lot worse. It's about to get a lot scarier out here. And if you are not secure within yourself, or within your discipline, you are food for sharks. Simple. There's no other way of cutting it. You are the food for the sharks. All right? Couple minutes away from the gym. I'm about to relax and get my mind right. It's not advice. Well, hell, it might be advice. But more importantly, this is a warning. Relax. That's another day in reality for your ass. Love.